Hey everyone, Micron Technologies is set to report earnings later in March, and so before they report those earnings, I wanted to provide an overview of what's going on with Micron. So that's what I'll do in this video. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at Micron Technology, try and understand what's going on before the company updates their quarterly earnings, and so we know what to look for when they do indeed update those results.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
All right, so starting off with their new product, the HBM3E, the company has received very positive customer feedback on that, which has approximately 10% better performance and about 30% lower power consumption compared to competitive offerings. So it seems like competitively they are in a much better position with this product, and once it gets out, it's going to generate consumer demand because of its superior capabilities. Right now, Micron is in the final stages of qualifying this industry-leading HBM3E to be used in NVIDIA's next generation Grace Hopper 200 and H200 platforms. And we all know how popular NVIDIA's next generation products are. So if Micron can get itself to be used in conjunction with NVIDIA, that could generate strong demand from industry participants looking to accelerate their capabilities in artificial intelligence. So Micron is on track to begin their HBM3E volume production ramp in early calendar 2024 and to generate several hundred millions of dollars of HBM revenue in fiscal 2024. They expect continued HBM revenue growth in 2025 and expect that their HBM market share will match their overall DRAM share sometime in calendar 2025. That's really excellent news. That's something to look out for sure when Micron updates investors later in March. Look at this product. How have they progressed in developing this? How has customer demand followed? Do they have any orders? What's the prospects like? Because this could be a big catalyst for Micron in 2024 and then more so in 2025. Moving on to their personal computer segment, they forecast unit volumes to grow by low to mid single digit percentage in calendar 2024 after 2 years of double digit percentage unit volume declines. Now, this is a little bit more optimistic than Intel, which suggested they expect low single digit volume increase in personal computers in calendar 2024. Now, just to remind you, low single digits means 1, 2, or 3% growth. Mid single digits means 4, 5, or 6% growth. So Intel expects something between 1 and 3%, and it looks like if I was to project what Micron means by low to mid single digits, I would say between 2 to 5% growth is what Micron is forecasting here in personal computer growth in 2024. Remember, in 2020 and 2021, there was a surge in demand for personal computers because millions of people started learning from home, working from home, entertaining from home, and that created a surge in demand for personal computers. I've said this before, but households previously relied on having one computer per household. But after the pandemic, after the lockdowns, that wasn't enough. You needed one computer per person in the household, not one computer for the entire household. So there was a big boom in demand for computers. And now some of those computers that were purchased in 2020 and 2021 need to be upgraded, need to be replaced. Not all of the computers will be upgraded because people have, for the most part, returned to school in person and returned to work in person, although there is still significant work from home, more so than before the pandemic. But still, for the most part, working has returned to pre-pandemic norms, and schooling certainly has returned to pre-pandemic norms. But they expect the PC OEMs to start ramping artificial intelligence on device personal computers in the second half of 2024. And that's going to create more demand for personal computers because you're going to have a better reason to upgrade. All of these computers before 2024 are not going to be infused with that AI technology, but after 2024, they will be. So you're going to have an even more reason to upgrade your computer. And these computers are going to need an additional 4 gigabytes or 8 gigabytes of DRAM per unit and an increase in storage capacity as well. So that's all great news for Micron, which sells DRAM and storage for personal computers. So that's going to create a nice catalyst for demand for Micron Technology. It'll be interesting to see where personal computer unit volume actually ends up in 2024. Although it's nice to see it will rebound and grow, I suspect growth will be bigger in 2025 because that will create a bigger replacement cycle, because some of these computers that were purchased in 2020 and 2021, they're only going to be 3 to 4 years old in 2024. They're going to be 1 year older in 2025. So that's going to create even more demand for upgrades from those computers, because on average, personal computers last between 4 to 6 years. So 2024 is really going to be the early stage of the replacement cycle, with 2025 and 2026 being peak years of the replacement cycle. In terms of mobile devices, smartphone demand is showing signs of recovery, and they forecast smartphone unit shipments to grow modestly in calendar 2024. Now, unlike the low single digit to mid single digit, I can't quantify what Micron means by modestly. I can't quantify that, right? Because there's not really a precedent what they mean by modestly. There's no industry standard here for what they mean by modestly. They could mean 5%, but if they meant 5%, why wouldn't they say mid single digits? So I'm guessing it's closer to 10%, because if it was low single digit or mid single digit or high single digit, they would have said one of those three, and they could mean that it's going to grow roughly 10% in calendar 2024. Now, that's more speculation on my part versus what I was stating with the low single digit to mid single digit, which is more of an industry standard at this point when management says those numbers. Modestly, I don't have that standard to quantify. So they expect smartphone OEMs to also start including AI-enabled devices in 2024, which also will require 4 to 8 gigabytes of DRAM per unit. Longer term, many popular Gen AI applications will be on smartphones, and their leading product portfolio is poised to capture this memory and storage opportunity. So you're starting to see what's going on with Micron, right? They're benefiting from the increase in demand for AI capabilities, because those capabilities require increasing DRAM. And that's what Micron is in business for, selling DRAM, selling NAND storage. That's all going to increase demand, and Micron is in position to benefit from that increase in demand. So I hope this provides a little bit of an overview in what's going on with Micron ahead of their earnings report later in March. Before I let you go, let me tell you about the greatest deal on YouTube. With just a click of a button, you can get free financial analysis from a professor with decades of investing experience. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.